South of the ancient city of Baghdad, at the end of Al-Rashid Street, before entering Abu Nuwas Street, it is the south gate of Baghdad, Bab Al Sharqi. This gate remained standing from the Abbasid era, from the time of Caliph Al-Mustarshid until 1937, when it was removed to widen the street. It was one of the four gates of Baghdad wall, also called Kulwada, Basaliya, and from here the army of Caliph Al-Ma'mun advanced to besiege the army of Caliph Al-Amin, coming from Khorasan in what is called the biggest civil war. Here, in 1258, the Mongols camped to besiege the city. They hit it with the catapult to enter Baghdad. It was mentioned by many travelers, including Ibn Jubayr, in 1184. In 1676, the French traveler Tavernier mentioned it as Karakapi, the Black Gate, and also Niebuhr during his visit to Baghdad in 1766. And the French traveler Jean de Thévenot Felix Jones mentioned it under its present name, Bab Al Sharqi, in his map of Baghdad, and he described his exit from this gate on August 20, 1825 at sunset. In 1810, the Iraqi officer Rashid Khawaja mentioned it as Sharqi Capo, while in the same year, the French consul in Basra, Jean Raymond, mentioned it as Bab Al Sharqi. The wall was surrounded by a deep trench which draws its water from the Tigris. It passed by the Turkish restaurant today, continuing through the Al-Umma Garden, which was called King Ghazi Garden. The trench was turned into gardens and parks during the royal era. When the British occupied Baghdad on March 11, 1917, they turned the gate into a church after its restoration and named it St. George's Church, and also the Anglican Church. General Maude was praying here regularly on Sundays. And when the British Orientalist Miss Bell Gertrude died in the summer of 1926, a mass was celebrated for her in this church, and from here she was carried to the cemetery near this place. The gate church was destroyed in 1937. Not long ago, this place was full of people, and there was constant movement, especially near here. There were many of most famous cinemas in Baghdad. Here, there were the street vendors who were selling cigarettes, pistachios, chewing gums, as well as keychains, small scissors, belts, lighters, and other types of goods. There were here fortune tellers and magazine sellers, also photographers who took pictures for whoever wanted. There were pictures with optical illusions, so you are a pilot or riding a nice model car. And there were card players who were cheating, would put a piece of cloth on the floor with the 3 playing cards, and you could hear them saying aloud, "Red for you, black for me," and then you lose in all case, neither red nor black. Here there were also the meat vendors. Near here there were a lot of restaurants and also fish restaurants, especially Mescouf style. The nightlife was remaining lively until late at night. And unfortunately, the famous Ayoub restaurant is no longer today. It has welcomed important personalities, including French President Jacques Chirac, to whom he made a wonderful Mescouf fish during his visit to Baghdad on the night of 3 December 1974. Today, the gate no longer exists, but its place remains, and its name also, which indicates the end of the old town. And what was outside, it were farms and fields, which after 1920 became the northern extension of Baghdad. Today the name of Bab Al Sharqi is mentioned a lot, but if you speak of the gate and its history, not even of the possibility of returning it, even as a symbol in general. Indeed, its location is the south of the ancient city of Baghdad, not the east, but it is customary to say Sharqi, east, in reference to south. We qualify the air from the south as east, and this, the south gate, is called East Gate. Bab Al Sharqi.